it's the Frog versus the Stripe.
Yeah.
Or the Stripey Frog, whichever you prefer. White Stripe Racing. In the Kestrel Lane. Owned by Ernest, driven by Frederick. Now this car, they run to the 8th mile. You can see that they put the orange markers out there today because no one knew where the, well, they didn't know where the finish line was, but they're having so much fun they kept putting it way past that. Way past that. Especially our friend with the crazy frog, Nicholas Sodergren, down here in the Fuel Tech Lane. Both running screw-blown Hemis in there. That car, well, again, it's the frog analogy. I would say mad as a box of frogs, but it's mad as a whole blooming house full of frogs. I don't know about a box. It's just an amazing little car. He ran 4.15 on his first ever run on this racetrack a couple of days ago. His PB is at 4.11. This is over the 8th mile again, don't forget. For his place in the chip draw for round 2. Top doors ladder at Santa Pod. 90 miles an hour for Frederick Lind. Huge tyre shake. In fact, frog-sized tyre shake in the Fuel Tech Lane for Nicholas Sodergren. They were obviously loaded up and trying, but maybe just a bit too much. Well, never know. The thing is tyre shake can be low power tyre shake, high power shake. It shook every run that they've made so far. But unfortunately, that's the end of the Frogs weekend for now, in competition at least. Obviously, they've still got another event on Thursday and Friday.
They're not going home.
Yes, exactly that.
Do you think they'll play in the car coxing as well?
Yeah, they're in it.
Oh, they are, right.
So you get to see that. Yes. Yeah, anyway. So, Frederick Lind, 401, 190. I'm sure they were looking for a little bit more than that, actually. Bear in mind, number 1 qualifier, Len Lindau, on the first run of the weekend was your number 1 qualifier with 3.76. I think the crew was slightly delirious about that one, and every right to be as well. It was an amazing run, especially the first run of the season. Just to nail it like that must be very, very satisfying indeed. So that's your first race. We've got another race coming up as well. This time it is that man I just mentioned. Give the Little Frog team a massive cheer, please. Huge effort for them to come all that way, and we very much appreciate them doing so. So, Len Lindau from Stockholm in Sweden is going to be taking on Roger Nilsson. Cars have had a lot of work in the off-season, even though they look pretty much like this last year. Both have had complete resprays, tidied up a lot, especially in Roger Nilsson's case. Roger's car in the Fuel Tech Lane is actually street legal. He will be taking part in Street Weekend in the UK in just a couple of weeks' time. He was runner-up, I think it was, in last year's Street Week Sweden, where they toured around, well, that time they toured around the whole southern part of Sweden. So yeah, this car you will be seeing out on the A and B roads of Yorkshire this summer, like you do.
Yeah.
Just imagine a few people spitting there.
I see you say that they've got an adaptable wheelie bar, so they take half of it off and it becomes
It's very, very clever. I'm not sure Roger's got one on his, but a number of them do that. So the wheelie bar then becomes the tow bar for the trailer, because what they do is it's amazing to see. So when they run on the racetrack in Street Week in Sweden, they put slicks on, like now, but they've also got these massively oversized treaded tyres that are really skinny, that look quite odd, shall we say, that they put on to drive around the roads on. So Len Lindau with the screw-blown Hemi, number 1 qualifier, going up against Roger Nilsson. unfortunately, Dave flicked the button. That will be a rerun. Len didn't wait for it, but the button unfortunately did not work when he flicked it. So there will be a rerun. Obviously, Roger didn't take the green. Well, no one did. But Len unfortunately didn't wait. If he waited, we could have rolled them back, sort it out, and do it again. But Len's team are going to have to go back, cool the engine down, and come back round again. Well, that's a street car. It's easy to do. Yeah. So if none of you heard all this yesterday, so he's sticking around for that's Roger Nielsen down there, sticking around for Street Week Street Weekend, in the UK, racing over 4 days, starting here at Santipod, going to Elvington, then York, and then back here to Santipod for the last day with a number of stops on the way. And he's come over here for the next couple of weekends to race in Top Door Slammer this weekend, and also at the main event next weekend. I think he's probably going to take part in the Carl Cox Series on Thursday and Friday as well. So maximum racing for all the effort of coming over. And if you haven't heard about it before, it's basically a drag and drive, what's they called a drag and drive event. So you put in a run, that time will count towards your total. You then drive to the next place and do the same thing again. It means the cars have to be 100% obviously streetable to do a few hundred miles to York and back. And well, you did it, didn't you? So tell us what it's like. Tell us what it's like.
It's just the best time you can have with your car.